Hello YouTubers, and welcome back to the Matthew VT1688 studios on this Friday, March 21st, 2014. I am currently on my spring break from school now. And first off, I just want to make a quick announcement about one of my videos that I had to take down. And no, it was not one of my game reviews. It was actually one of my races. The 2009 250 Millville race. Or not Millville, but High Point. That race got taken down due to some kind of bogus copyright claim. And I decided to appeal it, but at the last minute I decided to just play it safe and just take the video down. But will the video come back? I'm going to say I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about it. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I have another announcement to make. And this is... okay. And the next announcement that I'm going to make here is I'm going to do a birthday tribute to 3 Supercross racers who have celebrated their birthdays already. 2 of these riders are retired. 1 is still active, but he's out for the season with an injury. And the first one I'm going to do a tribute for is one of the retired riders, and that is Stefan Roncada. He used to race from 1997 to 2006 after having some troubles in 2005 and late 2004. So now here's what I'm going to do. The first segment will be, this is going to consist of 3 segments. The first segment will be a Supercross race, and I'm going to do a motocross race for MX 2002 featuring Ricky Carmichael. Where I'm going to race at, I'm not sure. The next segment for my birthday tribute to Stefan Roncada is a Supercross and motocross race for MX Superfly featuring Ricky Carmichael. And once again, where I will race at, I have yet to decide that. And the final segment will just be a 125 Supercross. Will actually be a 125 and Supercross and motocross race for MX Unleashed for the PS2. And in all 3 of these games, I will be playing as Stefan Roncada. And one of my personal favorite moments of Stefan Roncada was when he won his one and only 125cc Supercross championship in 2000. He won his first, in fact, the second race I ever watched was St. Louis in 1997. And in fact, he actually finished first in that race. He actually won that race after Carmichael threw it away. Although they kept saying that his first American Supercross win came in 1997 at Pontiac. And in fact, Stefan Roncada does have 3 Supercross wins and 125 Supercross wins in Pontiac. He won in 97 and he won the 2 races in 2000. But I'll never forget how Roncada almost won the 125 motocross championship in 2000, which was probably one of the best years of his life. And he just didn't have enough to hold off that charge from Travis Pastrana. I'm sorry to say. But I'm going to get started on my birthday tribute to Stefan Roncada first. And I'm also going to be sharing my favorite moments in this video. And now, the next the next Supercross rider I'm going to do a tribute for is the other retired rider. And that rider is Tim Ferry, who stepped away from racing after 2009 after an injury at Daytona. And Tim Ferry was the 1997 125 Supercross titleist, and he actually won that championship without a victory. And then he ended up being kicked out of the 125 because of a dumb rule change. How you had to win a race to be able to defend your championship. But a title's a title no matter how many wins you get. But of course, for 1998 and beyond, Tim Ferry rode in the 250 class and under privateer teams. And then he got picked up by Jeremy McGrath's team of Chaparral Yamaha. And then he rode for factory Yamaha from 2001 to 2005. Then he was on a privateer support team for 2006. And then he ended up finishing his career with Team Kawasaki for 2007 to 2009. And he was teammates with James Stewart and Ryan Villapoto. And now for my birthday tribute to Tim Ferry, I'm gonna, in just a minute guys, I'm actually gonna get one more game, actually gonna get a couple more games, so hold tight. Okay, now the first game that I'm going to do for my birthday tribute to Tim Ferry, it's actually going to be at my grandma's right now. But I'm going to play Supercross Circuit for the PlayStation console, in which I'll be doing a Supercross race in the 250 class. I will not be doing any 125 races because Tim Ferry was fully in the 250 class by then. But this is the first segment's going to be Supercross Circuit. Supercross 2000 for PlayStation will be the next segment. And then I'm going to be playing EA Sports Supercross, but I'm going to do both a Supercross race and a motocross race for this game. Both will be 5 laps, just so I can get it off my chest. The next game that I'm going to do is I'm going to do both a Supercross and motocross race for Jeremy McGrath's Supercross World, where I will play as Tim Ferry. Because Tim Ferry is featured in this game. Okay, now the next one I'm going to do for my birthday tribute to Tim Ferry is I'm going to do both a Supercross and motocross race for MX Superfly featuring Ricky Carmichael. I will play as Tim Ferry because Tim Ferry is featured in this game. He is not featured in MX 2002 featuring Ricky Carmichael, even though I made a customized rider of him. But I will not use that. I will not be playing that, but I will be playing MX Superfly. And the final segment of my birthday tribute to Tim Ferry, I'm going to be doing MX Unleashed. Both Supercross and motocross, even though Tim Ferry didn't have much of a motocross season in 2004. And you also have seen this because I did a Super 125cc Supercross race as a birthday tribute to Josh Hansen last month. But one of my personal favorite moments of Tim Ferry was when he made the podium at the Indianapolis Supercross in 1999 as a privateer for Nolene Yamaha, which was a lot better than his 98 season went because 1998, Tim Ferry's best finish was a 10th at Seattle. And that was his first year in the 250 class. He did not qualify for the first race in Los Angeles because he finished 3rd in the last chance with Jimmy Button and Ryan Hughes making it out of there. And I'll also never forget the times that Timmy was on Factory Kawasaki and Factory Yamaha, how he had some very good rides and sometimes a little bit of tough breaks, but he was also runner-up to Ricky Carmichael in the motocross season in 2002 when Ricky had that perfect season going. And Tim also sprung to life towards the end of the 2001 Supercross season when he finished 2nd at Salt Lake City and a 3rd at Vegas. In fact, I have the Vegas race on my channel. I have both the full-length race and the 250 main event. And he was also, not many people remember this, but Tim was also teammates with Jeremy McGrath back in the day in 2000 with Chaparral Yamaha. And if you want to count it, 1997 when Jeremy made that last minute switch to Suzuki and Tim Ferry was still a 125 rider. Because Ferry was a pro since 1991, Roncada a pro since 97. And that's about all the memories that I have of Tim Ferry. And he also won a Supercross back in 1999, a race that McGrath kind of took things for granted and fell on the last lap. I'm sure Jeremy kind of laughs about that too. And he even ended up, I believe, third overall in the 2007 point standings when he got picked up by Factory Kawasaki. But Tim Ferry, when he announced his retirement, was kind of quiet. It wasn't like an expected one. I actually didn't even expect it myself. And now, the last birthday tribute that I'm going to do is to a rider who actually celebrated his birthday. Well, actually, this is going to be the second. Tim Ferry is going to be the last one. The other rider that I'm going to be doing a tribute to is my favorite rider, Chad Reed. And to do that, I'm actually going to start off with a 125 motocross and supercross race for MX Superfly featuring Ricky Carmichael. Even though he started out his career in the U.S. on the 250 out west, he ended up running the 125 East. But nonetheless, Chad Reed is a 125 rider in the game back when this came out. So this is going to be 125 Supercross. 125 Supercross and motocross. In the next game that I'm going to be doing, I'll be doing a tribute to Chad Reed. MX Unleashed 250 Supercross. In fact, actually, I'm just going to do Supercross since Chad Reed wants to consider himself is kind of considered a Supercross specialist. So I'm going to do 125 Supercross for MX Superfly, 250 Supercross rather for MX Unleashed. Even though Chad was running the full tour in both the times these games came out, but nonetheless, it's just Supercross race because Chad is a Supercross specialist, and he has more titles in Supercross than motocross. He only has one outdoor title. That was 2009. He has 3 Supercross titles if you want to count the 125 East in 2002. The next one I'm going to be doing, the next game, 250 Supercross for MX versus ATV Unleashed. Where I'm going to play at, I am not sure. The next segment will be... it's not in there. That's okay, though. The next segment will be MX versus ATV Untamed, a Supercross race in the premier class. And the final segment will be a game of MX versus ATV Reflex for the PS3 because Chad Reed is featured in that game too. But one of my personal favorite moments of Chad Reed was when he went 6 out of 7 in his first year of 125 competition and his only year of 125 competition. Then he was in the 250 class, and I really looked up to the guy despite the fact that he had a bit of an attitude problem at first. But I actually admire that out of Chad. And then there were times where Chad was kind of a little bit of slacking off, but he managed to win 2 championships, so I wouldn't say he slacked off at all. Just had some bad breaks. 2004 and 2008 were his championship years. He almost had a title in 2009 and 2011, and I think he could have won a championship this year in 2012 had it not been for some injuries. But also, one of my personal favorite moments of Reed was probably 2006 when he almost won the championship there too. And all he had to do was beat Carmichael, and he couldn't do it. But I also have something else that I got for my birthday, courtesy of my parents. I do have a t-shirt down there, but I will not show it until a future video. I may wear it during one of my tribute races, but I am not quite sure yet. It's actually right behind my camera right now. My own hat that I actually got for my birthday last month on the 16th. I've been wearing it to school. But my personal favorite, I also have a jacket too. And let me go get that. First off, let me see how much time we have left. Oh, we're good, about 12 minutes, so I've been at it for about 17. But this is it, folks. My own Tutu Motorsports jacket that I got courtesy of my parents for my birthday. And I've worn it a few times, and I really, really love it. And also, one of my favorite moments was 2008 when Chad Reed won the Supercross title, which is his last title to date, if you know, not counting his motocross title from 2009, when Reed was which was when Reed was a bit of a late entry in. And unfortunately, a couple of my races from 2009 have been taken down due to some bogus copyright. The last one was a bogus copyright because I didn't see any of it. I didn't see any content there that had to be reported, but I just decided to play safe and take down the video, even though that was a 250 class. So I wanted to personally say happy birthday to those three riders, Stephane Roncada, Tim Ferry, and Chad Reed. But the order I'm going to do it in is Roncada first, Reed second, and Ferry third. So I'll see you guys for that. So for now, this is Matthew saying so long, and I'll see you all for my next video. Hey YouTubers, just before we go, I wanted to clarify something. I just took a check over, and Stefan Roncada is not featured in the game of MX 2002 featuring Ricky Carmichael, so that segment is scratched. Thank you.